Keynote by Preci Health.
So thank you very much for the opportunity to present here. Thank you for the invitation. We are the first company presenting about our innovation, and I think it's fit pretty well with the previous discussions and expectations, the long-term vision that you've been sharing. I think we are in the right place at the right time with Preci Health. So what we're trying to do at Preci Health is really disrupting with innovative technology about blood-based screening. So we want to change the way you do every year, once per year, at least on average, you go for a venipuncture. You go to a lab, you get your blood. This is a full experience that you're going through. And what we are doing at Preci Health is disrupting completely this procedure for an alternative dermal patch experience, collecting the blood, but differently. And what we are doing at Preci Health is a combination of two things. It's a device. It's a sustainable device. We can talk as well about the sustainability and the impact, as well as providing a very different patient experience with the companion app, real-time AI app that we have developed. And we can think really long-term vision about perhaps in the future having our device being used in the metaverse environment or being used with avatars. So our long-term vision is really to strongly impact global healthcare, focusing really on the blood collection, which is really the first entry door for diagnostic. Most of the diagnostics done today are still done on a number of tubes that you need to collect at the lab. Those are the tubes, standard tubes that are used at the lab. And what we're doing with our device is really mimicking what happens in the lab, but in a much more efficient way, cost-effective, patient experience. And we want to slowly but surely being adopted. At the beginning, it will be in the comfort of point-of-care diagnostic centers. It could be hospital, but it could be as well pharmacy. It could be medical centers. But ultimately, what we want to do is to innovate the clinic at home, the decentralized way you get access to diagnostic and you get treated. So just as a nutshell, we are a Swiss-based company. We're a small medtech company. We were created back in 2017. We have raised roughly $10 million very recently, since November 2022, just to really expand on our development. We have very strong market traction. We had this market traction right from the beginning. This is how the company started. We received the guidance from a leading global diagnostic company on how to innovate and to replace this very simple procedure of blood collection, but through a device. We have today a very solid leading global partners that are escorting us from the laboratory perspective in improving and distributing our solution. We are not yet on the market. We plan to be first in the market next year in 2025. And we're here for sure to look for investors, but I'm also very interested in the local partnership. Someone mentioned about the sustainability of the region, whether it's on the manufacturing, whether it's about the management of the biohazards related to our device. There are lots of things to do locally. I just would like to echo some of the WHO resolution that we fit very much into and that are very important to us, pointing that the importance of making diagnostic needs to be more affordable and accessible to all individuals. This is what we're striving to do. Irrespective of socioeconomic status and geographical location, this is definitely what we want to do. And recognizing the value of digital and home healthcare. So this is Preci Health. We have received and worked on this particular piece of information from this global leading diagnostic company escorting us. And they told us, you know, healthcare is going to transform. We all talk about that. And Preci Health has a way to participate to this transformation, because we are targeting the lack of staff in healthcare. We're promoting remote procedure. We know about the aging demographics and the growing demand and rising workload, also related to the diagnostic, the increasing cost and the healthcare inflation, and very importantly, this consumer mindset, the fact that you as an individual need to drive your healthcare through diagnostic, that you can decide, I need to have a check, I need to have a follow-up. It's preventive health medicine, but it's also the management of chronic diseases that, you know, will require some thorough safety follow-up through blood collection. The fifth pillar is the inequality of health that we also would like to address. We are servicing labs, so the idea is really to make the work from the labs easier using capillary blood. So we have a device, sorry I have broken my hand, but we have a device that you use as a dermal patch, which is collecting blood from the capillaries, okay? So it's not venous blood, it's from the capillary. And we were wondering what is the appetite from laboratories with this same blood, but different type of blood in terms of the analytics. And the labs told us, but you know, 86% of us already have, we know about capillary samples. We deal, 76% of the labs deal with capillary samples. And we are expecting higher volume because currently you have many tubes, finger prick. So they all try to use it, but they can't do too much with it because they are missing the tubes, and they are missing multiple tubes. 60% of the labs already explore as well home sampling and direct-to-consumer offering. So this is really coming. The question is, with which solution is it coming? So this is what we're currently doing. We have, we have a device. It's a patch that you can put on your arm. It's painless, it has no needles, it's safe, easy to use, and it's a device that you use with standard tubes, standard outer-shaped tubes. You load it, you clean it, you press, and then you have the tube filling with blood, and then you can replace the tube within the same one draw. You click on the button, and then you change the tube. So this is what we're currently doing. What we're doing is really mimicking what happens in the lab. The fact when you go to the lab, you need to have multiple tubes of blood being taken to run the full panel of the analytes that you need to do so. We also have an AI, real-time AI companion app that serves the purpose of identifying who is the patient using it, but also guiding real-time the patient through the process. And I think this is really something which is currently missing, not only for this device, but for any type of devices that patients are using. They have paper instructions for use, and that's a nightmare for them. And I think this is really the future of having avatars and having solutions to really help and change completely the patient journey. So just to give you a heads on the size of the market, what we're doing is really a massive change because of the number of blood draw per year. As I said right from the beginning, we have roughly 1 person on the planet doing every year a blood draw, which means that you have roughly 14 billion lab tested ordered annually. Just thinking about the US, the size of the market is very large, very large. This is our solution, simple, easy, painless, self-procedure. We have today, as far as we know, the highest capillary blood volume. We collect from 1.5 to 4 ml within 1 to 2 tubes during one draw with a quality blood in terms of hemolysis level. We have this companion app that I mentioned that condensed patient and process authentication. We're using standard vacuitainers, meaning the tubes to maintain the existing lab automated systems. And we have lots of IP, of course, on our device. This device is also somehow a new generation of device. It has no electronics, talking about the carbon footprint. But we are definitely very interested in the next step after the device. How do you recycle the device, the biohazards? This is something we would love to work on the local level. And very importantly, we're the only one being able to do multiple tubes collection during one draw. Just a few words on the app. So the app is a very different asset. It's part of the solution. It should be considered as a different asset because I think that the potential of this particular real-time app is actually much greater than the device itself. It could be applied to any medtech device, whether it's an inhalator, whether it's a patch, whether it's a wearable. We're developing this app with another partner as well, based in Switzerland. But we thought it would be pivotal for us to have this alternative solution for the adoption of our device. So what it does, it's really three things. It identifies who is doing the procedure, who is the patient doing the procedure, and it's done through biometric facial recognition. There is nothing really special about that, except that we have a 99.98% accuracy in the patient identification, even over age. Very importantly, the second thing that he does is that it works as a virtual instruction for use. It guides really real time through the process of using the device. So it will tell you, please do this, please do that, apply, don't move, you don't do it well. It's really a very intelligent way to communicate and to analyze actually what the patient is currently doing with the device. And the third thing is that it could be used as a standalone or being connected with external databases. And there we have a full range of discussions on how it is connecting and how we are not actually transferring any data. We're just guiding the patient through the process. Very importantly, so that's really actually the new at-home journey. So the ideal in the future is to have a prescription which is sent by a doctor or you that would be willing to do a blood draw procedure, but ultimately you will be receiving at home a kit with a phone holder using the smart camera. It does not require any Wi-Fi connection, but it only uses the camera of the phone and it really guides the patient through the process, receiving the device, scanning the tubes that you use with the device, then preparing the arm, applying the device, and constantly capturing the posture that you have and the fact that you have the device on the arm. And then it guides you through the end of the process in shipping back the tubes. Just to close a bit on the company information, so, as I said, we were founded in 2017 in Switzerland, in Neuchâtel, the heart of Switzerland. We own 100% of the IP within our solutions. We have currently a high number of very high caliber investors, also being well-known entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. Joe Herring, ex-CEO and chairman of Covance sold to LabCorp, Michel Orzinger, ex-CEO J&J Orthopedics, and others. We are still in the development stage. As I said, we will be launching first next year, 2025, with our blood collector. We are going through 510K as a Lancet, first in the US. And for sure, we'll look for a CE trademark MDR Class 2 in Europe. We are currently here to raise some funds, but I would be as well very interested in discussing about local collaborations on implementing our solutions within your ecosystem. I think that's really one of the things that you mentioned, and I thought it's extremely relevant. We're very agile. We're looking for some additional 12 million US dollar to start our Series B that will be starting the second part of the year. And we still have some small tickets available within our Series A, which is a much lower valuation currently. So the use of the proceeds for this valuation round is really for us to go to the market in next year, but also finalize the clinical validation and regulation and the mass production setup, which is also something we can discuss in your region with the commercial deployment. So I just wanted to thank you for the time, and we remain at your disposal today if you would like to discuss with us. Thank you.